I once said that guns suck in Wuthering Waves, but Carlotta is the perfect answer to all my criticisms. It's not even exaggeration to say that Wuthering Waves has addressed every single one of my issues with guns. So let's dive into what makes Carlotta so great, starting with what exactly went wrong in the first place. Wuthering Waves launched with 3 pistol users: Chixia, Mortefi, and Alto. 3 characters who are all fun to use in their own way, of course. But they really did have some problems. For starters, they were far too homogeneous. Each of the 3 of them had the exact same plunge attack, the exact same aiming heavy attack, and worst of all, they were all required to do puzzles on the overworld. If you didn't like any of these 3 characters, well, you were gonna have a bad time. Despite the 3 of them having unique aspects to their kit, these things made them feel way too similar. And then there's another issue. Pistol basic attacks couldn't parry anything. You would have to rely on things like resonance skills or echo skills to do the parrying for you. Not exactly a deal breaker, but in a game that punishes you for not parrying sometimes, it's not the best. Fast forward a few patches and we were blessed with Hover Droid Shooter, right into our mailboxes. This is a utility that allows any character in the entire game to aim and shoot from afar, just as if you had a pistol user. Hover Droid Shooter was such a huge step forward in making the gun users feel less like something you were bringing along just because you had to, which in my opinion made them all way more likable. In fact, Hover Droid Shooter is kinda better in some ways. For example, even from a great distance, you can shoot and destroy minerals in one shot. If you're free to play and farming those pesky rocks for weapon crafting materials, Hover Droid Shooter might make your life a little bit easier. It has the side effect of helping out characters who aren't so good at breaking rocks. All around a great addition to the game. And after that, we just waited patiently. For the first 6 months of Wuthering Waves, there was not a single 5-star resonator who used pistols. Could our first 5-star pistol wielder manage to redeem guns at last? The answer is yes, of course she can. From what I can tell, Carlotta is the culmination of all our feedback over the months. To start with, her aerial attack is not a little pea shooter that just suspends her in midair, as fun as that can be sometimes. Carlotta has a unique stomp that integrates nicely with her resonance skill. Most excitingly, at least for me, her heavy attack isn't an aiming mode. It's just a regular heavy attack that interacts with her forte gauge. And as for parrying, yeah, she can do that too. Mid-combo, she'll pull out the big gun, and whenever she's using that, she seems to be able to parry things. So there's still some timing involved and it's not completely free, but Carlotta can parry with the best of them. As for her animations, they're gorgeous. They actually feel like a love letter to 2 characters in Kuro's previous game, Punishing Grey Raven, Lee Hyperreal and Bianca Veritas. You can definitely get some Lee vibes from how she slides and jumps around. And when she uses her Resonance Liberation, it looks a lot like Veritas' core passive. An amazing character inspired by 2 amazing characters. I know Devs Listened is truly a meme at this point, but what else are you supposed to say about this? They fixed all the problems. It has to be said, the only reason I ever bother criticizing the game in videos is because I want it to get better. Wuthering Waves is so fun, but it released with so many teething problems. So it's a good reminder to leave feedback if you're not happy with something. Now guns are cool, and I'm happy. Really looking forward to any future 5-star pistol wielders, or even 4-star ones if they take notes from Carlotta. Carlotta has one more nice feature. She has a passive that allows you to fly in Renacita a bit longer than you would be able to if you didn't have her in your party. However, not having her isn't a huge deal. You're not going to feel like you're punished for not pulling for her. And that is extremely important in a game like this that is so focused around the joy of movement. So while that's a fun little extra, it doesn't go too far in my opinion. You can still fly plenty without her. Guns really are saved, and they did it without damaging what people love about the older characters. Click the video on screen to learn about some missable freebies in version 2.0, including a whole free outfit.